Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Will start with Mangalacharam. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Yebhyacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Harinam Sankirtan ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Anant Koti Vaishnavindi ki jai. Always to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga, always to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. First and foremost, I would like to thank from the bottom of my heart to His Grace Shri Gaur Prabhuji for giving me opportunity to share whatever I hear from senior Vaishnavas. I'm not deserving to be sitting here and speaking in front of so many stalwart devotees, but that's Srila Prabhupada's magic. Anybody can speak under his wonderful process of Krishna consciousness. So today, Prabhuji Mataji, we are going to talk about Japa. When we are doing Japa, how Japa can become monotonous and what we can do to prevent Japa from becoming monotonous. A lot of Vaishnavas, different Vaishnavas have come and talked about how to focus on Japa, how to follow the process. But as all of us here are practicing devotees, most of us, we have been chanting for a while. And as we spend more time in Krishna consciousness, there is a chance for us to become monotonous. So first and foremost, one thing we have to realize, Prabhuji Mataji, is that doing 16 rounds of chanting is exceptional in Kali Yuga. Sometimes we are too much of self-critique to think that we are not doing anything, but doing that itself in Kali Yuga is a huge achievement. And we are actually fortunate to get the opportunity to be consistent and be dedicated to Lord Krishna in these day-to-day times. One point, Prabhuji Mataji, we have to be aware that once the times fly, the same Japa will start looking monotonous to us. Okay. If we are not giving our heart in Krishna consciousness, the Japa will become monotonous. What does that mean when we say Japa will become monotonous? We will do Japa for doing sake. We will be master in completing 16 rounds of Japa, hither and thither like that, but we will feel in the end that we have churned nothing out of this effort. For example, if you churn water continuously, nothing comes out. And if we churn the yogurt with a lot of effort, the butter comes out. So sometimes it's like in a checklist, we mark it saying that we have finished 16 rounds, 2 hours spent and nothing came out. So when monotonousness will come, what happens, Prabhuji Mataji, the taste in Krishna consciousness reduces. And why is that? Because we are the product of Kali Yuga. We have this tendency that after some time, whenever something new comes to us, we show a lot of interest. And as the time passes by, we start getting disinterested. Things become monotonous to us. In our day-to-day life also, we can take the example. When we are fresh out of college, we are so excited to get our first job in our career. And then we start going to office. We swipe our card, do work, swipe the card again, come back home. and keep doing days after days, week after week, year after year. And most of us realize that it becomes monotonous. It's like a machine doing the same job again and again, without any love, without any feelings. So if monotonousness comes in Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji Mataji, it is very, very dangerous. It is very dangerous. Unless and until from inside we get hardcore determination that there is nothing in this human form of life but Japa is the only way out, we cannot get taste in Japa. So when we genuinely take shelter of Krishna's holy name, then there is no difference between actually Krishna and Krishna's holy name. When we directly associate with Krishna through his holy name, then we also start getting quality of Krishna in bits and pieces. This is a very important point to notice. That, again, I'm repeating, when we are directly associating Krishna through his holy name, what happens is we start getting bits and pieces of quality of Krishna itself. But there is a problem that sometime Maya will trick us in such a way that it will tell us that what is this? You keep taking Harinam. Maya will say, tell me one thing, what have you achieved out of this? Spending 2-3 hours in the morning, it's like you're wasting that much time of your life. It's okay, do little Japa, but you need to have a material balance and spiritual balance. Imagine early morning you get up, and if you would have worked for your office, so much you would have achieved already in the material life. And that actually would have boosted your spiritual life. So Maya smartly starts tricking us by giving the flavor of spiritual life, but actually it's all material. Maya will say that we are really stuck and you are wasting our precious time because every day we are doing this for 2 hours and 2 hours plus. And what we are gaining out of it? And this is material consciousness, Prabhuji Mataji. And this is how it comes. So when this level of material consciousness comes, we need to follow 3 things very, very seriously. If we do not follow these 3 things seriously, we will become dry in Krishna consciousness. We have so many examples actually to notice that we have so many devotees who are very serious in the beginning when they come. But now we are unable to see them. It is not that the major problems are there in the life, hence they left. But situation is such for them that they have lost the taste in Krishna consciousness. So among the first of 3 things, Prabhuji Mataji, one thing which I heard from senior Vaishnavas is that we have to be in constant association of genuine and sincere devotees who have taste of Harinam. Once again, I'm repeating, Prabhuji Mataji, that we should not just be in association of practicing devotees, we should be in constant association of genuine and sincere devotees who have the taste for Harinam. It's a very important point. In spite of having ups and downs in their material life, these sincere devotees maintain their consistency in their devotion. And if we associate with such devotees, somehow or the other, Prabhuji Mataji, we will stick in Krishna consciousness. And this is very important, as Maya will do everything necessary to pull us out from the Krishna consciousness. It is very simple, Prabhuji and Mataji, to understand that if a person is already injured, you don't have to injure them further, they will succumb. But the one who is very alert, who is very strong, we need to put entire energy to put the person down, isn't it? So similarly, it's with Maya, that when entire world is enjoying the material life, Maya need not put so much of energy with them. But the one who wants to come out of material life to Krishna consciousness, Maya will put more energy, for sure. The focus of Maya will be on those souls. So much so that we will be shaken when Maya tries to test us. As we say that to start in Krishna consciousness is easy, but to maintain is not easy. That's where maintenance is with Lord Vishnu and creation and destruction remains with Brahma and Shiva, because maintenance is not easy. Another way of saying this, Prabhuji Mataji, is that Krishna conscious comes for free in the beginning, but we have to pay in the long run. Even Srila Prabhupada said this so nicely, that do not be surprised how many devotees come in Krishna consciousness. Be surprised how many devotees stay in Krishna consciousness. Why? Because Maya is very strong. Just watch this, Prabhuji Mataji, that it is a rarity that devotees who come and stay in Krishna consciousness for 30, 40, 50 years. And I'm here mentioning about the practicing devotees, not the ones who are newly coming. The devotees who have come for 5 to 10 years with enthusiasm in the beginning, they try, but they cannot face the brunt of Maya. Even though in the heart, they want to do, but still succumb and leave. And the story does not end here. The story does not end here. What happens post that when they leave? They start feeling the guilt. And in general, our devotees are very forgiving and compassionate. So when one devotee tries to leave because of brunt of Maya, the other devotees in the congregation starts thinking that how come that Prabhuji Mataji left? And when the ones who have left try to come back because of guilt, the respective devotees around start asking, what happened, Prabhuji? How this happened? Where were you? And devotees start taking this special care so that they will stay and not leave. The intent is very honest. But what happens actually? The devotees who left earlier, they start feeling the guilt again. Being a devotee, he or she cannot lie, because they know that they are dealing with another devotee. Hence, they cannot lie, they cannot be diplomatic. So for this reason, Prabhuji Mataji, they stop coming itself to the congregation. So Krishna conscious is simple, but yet not simple. Maya puts lot of energy, Prabhuji Mataji, to trap us. And how it can happen? It very nicely and slowly creeps in our devotion. I couldn't do Japa properly today because I slept late yesterday. We think that could be the genuine reason, and sometimes it could be health issue, but in general, we have a softness there. We have given more priority to our job than necessary. A lot of companies around the world in general don't work late or wake up early in the morning and work, but we actually give priority to other material things, sleep late, so that our japa gets affected. And that's an excuse. And that's a hypocrisy. Sometimes we will say we have some work today. Oh, it's a winter weather. It's very difficult to wake up early in the morning, Prabhuji Mataji. We have health issues, we have family problems. And more, even if we sleep at the right time, Maya still plays such a trick in the form of what we see. Sometimes what happens is before the sleep, what we are preparing is very important. We are into social media, we watch YouTube videos, we read some material papers. And what happens with that? The anarthas straightway come in our heart. And with that, we go to sleep. And then whole night we face so much of anxiety that we are unable to sleep. We are trying to sleep, we get bad dreams. We keep moving around in the bed. And guess what? In comes the morning, extremely difficult japa session, isn't it? It's like a struggle. It's like moving against the tide. And this process we continue with this kind of a not so good habit, the new devotees get tired and they leave. Hence, Prabhuji Mataji, on the point number 1, we need to have very strong association of genuine and consistent devotees. Point number 2, Prabhuji Mataji would like to call out, is that we should have the understanding philosophically and practically. Philosophically, we should be convinced that there is nothing better than Harinam in this world. And all of us know for the fact that the best philosophy in the world is Krishna consciousness, which Srila Prabhupada has given, mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Philosophically, all of us know. What we know? Hare Nam, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Ye pata hai hame. Even Mahaprabhu said that out of 9 processes of devotional service, which is the most important service? Mahaprabhu was asked, he said, chanting of the holy name. So philosophically, it's clear that that is the number 1 priority. But practically also, Prabhuji Mataji, we have to understand. If after doing Harinam, we are not getting any change in our life, then something is wrong. Actually, maybe our conditioning is so deep-rooted that we may get less changes, but the changes should still happen because of Harinam. It has to come. Because, Prabhuji Mataji, we are associating something which is very, very pure. There is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's holy name. And if the change is not coming within us, then it's very difficult to stay in Krishna consciousness. Something we are doing very wrong. Hence, the change itself is not happening. When we see from inside for purity, then we can hold to Krishna consciousness. So we should definitely see, even though our anarthas have not gone away, my ill thinking is reducing. We will make out that our ill thinking is reducing. How when we are doing japa and there is an intensity to it, we will see some symptoms automatically getting improved. Our dealings with people such as relatives, friends, foes will improve. Sometimes I used to get very irritated with small things as well, but now I have learned to let it go. Now, that is definitely a change in us. And if the change is again not coming, definitely something is wrong. And why we think the change will not come? Our Shastras and Acharyas have not just shared like this the Krishna consciousness. Look at our 6 Goswamis. Sharup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Jeev Goswami, Gopal Bhatt Goswami, Haridas Thakur. Look at them, how they were. These 6 Goswamis used to eat kandamul, sleep under the tree, and also not in one tree for every night. They used to keep changing so that they don't get comfortable. They had adopted austerity. They used to wear clothes which were torn, keep stitching and keep wearing. They used to beg alms, even though some of them were very rich from the background. Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami were very rich. In fact, Sanatan Goswami was Chief Minister of Bengal. Can we imagine Prabhuji Mataji, today's political leader, doing that? Being a So why Sanatan Goswami was doing what he was doing? What kind of selfishness he had to do that? Now, when such level of acharyas have written the Shastras and mentioned that live life Krishna conscious way, change will come, that means we should have faith in them. Sure, our conditioning is deep-rooted. Effect will be less, but effect will be there. For that, we need to philosophically understand, and practically also we need to change. Until practically the change is coming or not coming, we will not remain steady or no steady in Krishna consciousness. So what we need to do? Every day we need to keep checking on ourselves. We need to have report card for ourselves. And repentance is very important. If we are not repenting, even though we have ups and downs, because doing wrong thing every day is something which could be forgiving, but not repenting is a problem. If you are repenting, that's a good start. That means next day there is hope. Third point, Prabhuji Mataji, I would say is that when we are doing Harinam, we should not be externally doing. We should give our heart to Harinam. This is standard knowledge all of us have, that mind keeps running here and there. No matter how much it jumps around, we have to keep pulling back. And this is the struggle for all of us. Why actually some of us do not like to do continuous serious japa? Again, I am saying we do not like to do continuous serious japa because when we focus and do, we become tired at times. Why? Because we have to pull our mind back and mind keeps running away. So the back and forth continues, tug of war. Mind and us, we become tired, keep doing that. So what we have to do? We have to beg to Krishna that please Krishna, take care of my mind. Sometimes we underestimate, sometimes we do monotonous puja also. We have to go in front of our duty, have one-on-one with the deity, and we have to tell our deities that, oh Krishna, I have to only focus on your holy name. I want to hear very nicely. I want to chant very nicely. If possible, I only want to focus on you, on your forms, your pastimes, based on my progress. We have to have discussion. In our corporate world also, when we have problems in life, what we do? We do one-on-one with our managers, our bosses. Can't we do one-on-one with Krishna? Managers and bosses won't reciprocate for sure, but Krishna will always reciprocate. So if we are persistent, Krishna will take care of us, even though there is struggle. The word is persistent, rigor, discipline. In Corona times, Prabhuji Mataji, I have seen personally, I got the opportunity to see, and that some of the devotees, they wake up at 2 a.m. in the night and they are doing 128 rounds of mala every day till now. Now imagine, Prabhuji Mataji, if we sit with such devotees, will we remain lazy? Obviously, we will start chanting better. We cannot copy, but we can take inspiration from such devotees who are there in ISKCON among us. So with Utsah, Dhairya, Nishchay, if we follow these 3 points, change will come within us. Very simple proof is, if whole day we are breaking and chanting, compared to finishing our japa early in the morning, we can clearly see the stark difference the whole day. If we are breaking and doing japa the whole day, we definitely feel morose. We don't feel that enthusiastic. But when we finish our japa early in the morning during Brahma Muhurat, then we feel very positive. And we should not take that for granted, because someday if we try, and we should not, we'll see what kind of massive difference it is. So once we are practically convinced, we will not leave Krishna consciousness, because we know that if we are loose, Maya will kick us. So let me not take any chance. Keep bringing my mind back no matter how much we struggle. If Krishna sees that my devotee is sincerely trying, he will give the taste. Conviction will come. And it will make the devotee steady. It will be difficult, but not impossible. Obviously, when we aim high, there is a cost associated with it. Srila Prabhupada says that 99% of spiritual advancement is in chanting the holy name. So some tapasya will be there, na? But this price is nothing. This price is nothing. Krishna has given such a wonderful environment for us through the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. What we have got, Prabhuji Mataji, is very precious. It's because of Ahetuki Kripa. And we should not be compromising on that. We should really value and cherish what we have in hand today. There are situations in different countries like Pakistan, China, in different Muslim countries where there is a struggle to get this kind of a devotee association and openly do Krishna consciousness. Here, in the shelter of senior devotees, we have so much of opportunity to do, and sometimes we take it for granted. Aaj nahi kal, kal nahi parso. Let's leave it for this weekend. Next weekend is coming. So we should keep contemplating, we should keep introspecting, we should keep taking suggestions from senior Vaishnava on how to improve our Krishna consciousness. So with that, I would like to conclude, Prabhuji Matajis. Thank you so much for giving opportunity. While I said this, I dare say this, but I myself struggle, and I will seek this opportunity to seek some blessing from all the stalwarts here. And please forgive me if I said something untoward. I was just repeating like a parrot what I heard from senior Vaishnava. Always to Srila Prabhupada, always to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, always to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Thanks a lot, Prabhuji. It was really full of very practical points. I like a couple of them, which I would like to highlight, like churning. You differentiated between churning of curd versus water. So if we continue to do our chanting without our heart, without attention, then it will not have result, the wanted result. So the churning point was very important, and your 3 points which you highlighted for avoiding to be monotonous, like association of genuine sincere devotees, understanding the importance of Harinam, and also not chanting superficially, but chanting with a clear understanding that there is no difference, and internally. So yeah, if someone will focus and kind of remind themselves about these things every day before they start their chanting, as you said, that definitely the conviction and steadiness will come. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, for sharing. I like to open the floor for any comments or any question answers. Yeah.
One question, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Pranam. Thank you for the class. Prabhuji, even after trying to concentrate and doing the chanting, it sometimes looks like it becomes monotonous without our knowledge also. And later on, after the rounds are finished, we repent. Oh, I wasted 2 hours. So that guilt comes in the mind, and then it starts hurting us. But it's not intentional. But even after concentrating so much, it becomes monotonous. So how to go about it and understand? Yes, where to stop? Oh, it has become monotonous. Let me stop and then again correct myself. You sometimes you don't come to know. You go with the flow. You try to do your best, but at the end, sometimes it becomes that you have done a monotonous and wasted your 2 hours.
Prabhuji, very practical question, and thanks for being open and frank, Prabhuji. I would say, Prabhuji, that when at the positive point is that we are trying in this Kali Yuga, in this material world. It's a struggle, and it's the fact for all of us that we are trying. And when we get the situation where we feel that it's the outcome is not coming to the expectation I want, one thing which we do in a limited way, Prabhuji, I would say, and I've seen, is that we are not opened up in terms of connecting with our senior Vaishnavas who are doing the chanting very nicely. Not in general, in the public forum only. We should look for one-on-one sessions with them. And when they are crossing by, they are there, then we should look to connect with them and associate and ask and seek advice. And sometimes practical advice, personal incidents, challenges does inspire us. We think that our problem is aplenty, our problems are huge. But when we hear from the devotees whose problems maybe are like 10x or 20x, 100x compared to our problem, obviously we start feeling the fact that what I was doing. And this Prabhuji should not be one time. Remember that, oh, ek baar sun liye, ek baar Prabhuji se baat ho gayi, now it's okay. Every time it's like a, for children also, we go to school and we have report cards every 3-4 months to see the progress. We also need to have our report cards, and we need to have a very frank conversation with our senior devotees with whom we have trust and whom we believe that they are genuine in chanting and they are getting the taste of holy name. And that way, Prabhuji, automatically the progress happens. We don't have to do anything else. That's what in my limited view, Prabhuji, I have seen with the devotees who have done. Hope I answered, Prabhuji. Certainly.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thanks, Prabhuji. Just want to check if anyone else has any question for Prabhuji or any comment. So we don't have any question, Prabhuji. I think so. It was very clear with clear directions of what a devotee should do in order to improve chanting. Again, I'll repeat what Prabhuji again reiterated, kind of that constant association of genuine and sincere devotees who have taste for Harinam will be the most important thing. And seeking their association, and also when they are chanting, sitting with them and chanting your rounds. And the second point was understanding that Harinam is the most important. We recently had Puri and Prabhuji here, and while we talk about different things at different point of time, like Bhagavatam importance and deity worship importance and others, and I was just checking with Prabhuji that Prabhuji, can we say that Harinam is the most important? And Prabhuji actually gave me references, and he said yes. So Harinam is the most important, and then to understand that we don't have to be superficial and go deep into it. So Prabhuji's point were very clear. Thank you very much, Nishant Prabhuji, for taking time, sharing, your own wisdom with all of us, and it will definitely help us to improve our chanting. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavats. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.